Good morning, everyone. Sorry to मेरा नमस्कार. चलिए शुरू करेंगे आज. Marathoning. We can talk about running and not talk about the latest, greatest in thing, marathon. मुंबई में दिन में, बेंगलोर में रात को, लद्दाख में स्नो पे, राजस्थान में सैंड पे. Not to forget the London, Boston, Paris marathons. You can't be living in a metro and have not come across a group of runners with pride and pain on their faces, running on the roads as they train for the marathon. So what is it about marathons that hook the non-athletes, mostly the 40 and above? Plenty. But because it is beyond the scope of this book, I will only talk about what is most obvious. Number one, it is the only sport on earth that allows you to train on the same ground as the elite athlete, the guy who comes first and you who come last. Chalna, almost last. Okay, chalo middle. All get to run on the same road, same route. And if you are amongst the biggies in the city or belong to the company who is sponsoring the run or to one of the big running clubs in the city, then you even get to stand right behind these heroes. Yes, heroes. Athletes, men and women, are heroes. They run the marathon in little over 2 hours and the 21 kilometers in a little over 1 hour. So you run the marathon in a little under 5 hours murmur ke and 21 kilometers under 2.5 hours murmur ke. And you know, I am not exaggerating here. Number two, also when the population is generally lazy, you are treated like a role model. Someone who gets a standing ovation in office, a mention by the boss at the sales meet, simply because you participate and completed the run. Timing ko maro goli. And you maro big dialogues like, I don't know, I had it in me to run the marathon. Now I know if you put your mind to it, nothing is impossible, etc. So boss, wait for a second. Any other sport and you even get a chance to watch it. So how about humility for a second? And if you complete the run in just double the time of elite athlete, less than 4 hours of 42 kilometers or 42 kilometers, and sub 2 for 21 kilometers, फिर तो boss, you are like I don't even know the right word for it. Matlab the whole damn world doesn't even know what an achievement that is. Now try running 100 meters in 20 seconds. Double of bolt. And you will be able to run. But there will be no such speeches, mentions, chances to stand somewhere behind him or let your lotus feet touch his track but marathons allow you that privilege. Number 3, if you meet 10 marathon runners, and you will always meet more because they move around in packs, and ask them if they are into sports earlier, like in school and stuff, they will proudly say, no, never. Most of them are scholar types. Okay, chalo, at least 9 of them won't be into anything. There may be the odd one who is actually been sporty in the past, and there is a reason for that. Marathon or running long distance involves type 1 or the oxidative muscle tissue. The sporty ones are the ones who with dominant type 2 muscle tissue, so they never really feel like a long run. But the way the running gangs are growing, people who have played hockey, kho, basketball, football, etc. in school are feeling, are we really sporty enough if we don't run the marathon? To them, I want to say, yes, you are. My sweetie. With age, the type 2 muscle tissue wear out at a faster rate. So go back to the field, but back to your game, not just to long distance running. Number 4, the moreover, the nature of marathon running means that participation itself is everything. It is about showing up at the start line. When you finish is not really all that important. Suits the non-sporty type perfectly well. They are anyway unused to physically pushing themselves. They are good at analysis. So you will find these runners with more gadgets than someone who is about to propel a rocket into space. They will measure and then analyze everything, their start time, stride efficiency, whether they are running at 6 km per hour or under the predict their finish time. That is their game, numbers. Will they do anything about numbers for the next run? Change the way they approach training for the run? Get to the gym and improve their core? Understand that stretching or upper body strength is crucial for good timing? No. They train exactly the same way they trained earlier. They just switch to more expensive shoes, gadgets, and take part in philosophical discussion about running. So anyway, to cut a long story short, just because you have the privilege and money, the shoes and gadgets cost a bomb. To run you should not do so just to fit in. I mean, be kind to your TBLJ. Train them, strengthen them, care about volume of oxygen, and know that the timing should get less and less every year. Not more and more. Also, that getting injured should not be normal. You are, after all, what is called as the recreational athlete. If you run the full marathon, 2.5 hours, and have some knee issue, that is fine. But finishing in 5 to 4 hours and having joints that hurt is not okay. So please approach your training in a scientific manner. Also, please don't go to office and say to the 20 to 30-year-old things like, come on man, you should run the marathon. Or your youngsters should be staying fit, learn from us, etc. Please, it is not motivating. It is desperate. A desperate attempt to tell the young testos and stos that you have arrived. If you really have, look it, man. lose that pouch, look like a runner, think मिलिंद सोमन। बहुत ही एक्सीलेंट पैराग्राफ है मैराथन के बारे में। देखिए, लोग मैराथन भागते हैं, सो बहुत सारे लोग शोबाजी करने के लिए भागते हैं। कितना अच्छा होता है कि आप बहुत सारे लोग ऐसा स्टार्टिंग में बहुत सारा नया ऐसे जूता ले लिया, कपड़े ले लिया, भागने के लिए रेडी है। तो बहुत ही कम लोग एक्चुअली फिनिश कर पाते हैं। कई लोग 2 घंटे पे जगह पे 4 घंटे में फिनिश करते हैं, लेकिन ऑफिस में जाके बता, देखिए हमसे सीखिए, हम कैसा है। सो बोलने का मतलब क्या है, आजकल जो मैराथन वाला हम लोग ऐसा पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं, उसमें उनमें से जो रनर है, रियल रनर है, वो लोग तो करते हैं बाकी, लेकिन बहुत सारा शोबाजी होता है। वहीं से लोग जो फिर मान लीजिए उनको इतना अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं कर पाया, क्या वो नेक्स्ट मैराथन तक अपने आप को रेडी करते हैं? वो नहीं होता है। जैसे ही वो चल रहा है वैसे ही चलता है। सो यहाँ पे कितनी अच्छी वो बता रही है। अगर आपको बहुत ऐसा, उससे पहले हमें अपने आप को ट्रेन करना है। अगर आप पार्टिसिपेट करना चाहते हैं, ट्रेनिंग कैसे होगा? जैसे वो बता रही है, आपका टेंडर, आपका बोन, आपका लिगामेंट, आपका जॉइंट को सही रखने के लिए आपको एक पैटर्न फॉलो करना है। और उसी पैटर्न के हिसाब से अगर आप एक्सरसाइज करेंगे, तभी जाके आप अच्छा बन सकते हैं। चलिए, बहुत ही अच्छा। कल एक नया पैराग्राफ पढ़ेंगे, रनर बैड लुक्स।